your brother from another mother. Yes, Brother John is in the building. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm starting the show off today with a guest. Let me tell y'all how we met. We met at the Ina Esco had a podcast festival down at Casa Library, Memphis downtown. And while I was up on the panel, I don't know what made me say it, but it came out of my mouth. Yo, if anybody wants, some little extra, airtime or wants some publicity, just hit me up. And I'm looking at the words as they come. I said, did I just say that? So, ladies and gentlemen, this young lady came up to me afterwards. She was very casual, smooth, kind of boss-like. Yeah, excuse me, sir. I heard what you said. And from that day, here we are today. I'm going to introduce ASHLING Woolley. Is it Woolley?
Woolley.
All right. ASHLING Woolley in here from 901 Flights. Now, when she was telling me about it at the event, I was like, yo, that's dope. So, ASHLING, welcome to 88.5.
Thank you. I feel very welcome.
Good. That's what we want. What we want. All right. So, I know before we get into 901 Flights, I want to kind of get a little background on you. If you can give us like a quick 30-second, where you from, went to school, what just give us a little background, where you from, all that good stuff.
Sure. I'm sure this is unusual, but I'm actually originally from Utah.
What?
I know. I don't know if you've ever had a Utah on your
I've been to Utah and I played with New Jersey. We played the Jazz in summer league, and I remember everything closed at 9 or 8. It was we was in Salt Lake, and it was like after 10 o'clock, it was like nothing was open.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's so I said, okay, all right, a little different, but it was a cool vibe out there. Okay.
Yes, it's probably grown a lot since then. It's even grown a lot since I moved from there.
Okay.
But yeah, I just moved to Memphis in 2020.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you a recent transplant?
I am a transplant. Who came here and then just fell in love.
You fell in love with Memphis. Or did you fall in love with somebody, or you fell in love with the city?
Well, I am in love with someone.
Okay.
But I was already in love with him before I came here.
Let's put some respect on that.
Yes,
okay?
I moved here because my husband got a job with FedEx.
Okay,
yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, originally from Utah, born and raised, but actually my mom is from Ireland.
Really?
So that's where the unusual first name comes from, that it's
Ashley.
an Irish name.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Well, look, welcome. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, when she was telling me about 901 Flights, I was just like, oh yeah, I can't wait for the community. I was just already seeing her telling everybody about 901 Flights.
That's the energy we need around
That's the
here.
energy we need right now. So please, ASHLING, let everybody know what's up with 901 Flights.
Yeah, so I am a local business owner that I help people find cheap flights out of our local airport, out of the Memphis International Airport.
So we have to go to Nashville.
Nope.
We can right from Memphis.
No Nashville, no anywhere
Arkansas
else.
is-
It's just right here from our local airport.
All right. So how long have you been in business?
So I started it back in 2021 just as like an Instagram account. So essentially when I came here mid-pandemic during 2020. No one was traveling. And so no one was talking about traveling. And then slowly as the world opened up, I started getting excited about places that my husband and I wanted to go. And I started talking to coworkers, asking where they were planning to go. And no one had any plans.
Okay.
And I kept asking, well, like, where are good places to go from Memphis? Like, I'm new here. And eventually one of my coworkers said to me, ASHLING, you have to realize it's way too expensive to travel out of Memphis. No one can afford to do it.
Okay.
And I was just floored because how did I move across the country and move somewhere that wouldn't let me live out my favorite hobby?
Okay.
Or even to go home.
Okay, right. Just to go back to Utah.
Yeah,
right.
even just heading back home. So I was pretty crushed at first.
Okay.
And then I did some research and dug in, and I found there are loads of cheap flights from Memphis. And at first I thought maybe it was the pandemic, that I was like, maybe this is pandemic pricing.
Okay.
But in 4 years, the pricing hasn't changed.
So your research paid off.
It paid off big time. So in 2021, I started an Instagram account that I just started posting these cool flights I was finding, and put them out onto the internet.
Is that legal?
Yeah. I mean, all I'm doing is showing when prices are low. So I'm just letting people
know. So you're
not
having no problem. It's no issue.
No issue. I mean, there's lots of other people around the country who do similar things.
But you're local. We got to support local.
We're local.
Right.
Yes. As far as I know, there's nowhere else that has a Memphis focus. Mm-hmm. And that's all I do is I look for flights out of Memphis to all over the world.
Well, people that's watching this on social media is really about to go crazy. And my people that's listening, if you're on, y'all send us a text, 901-881-0885. Let me know what you think about 901 flights thus far. So when you say Instagram account and you was just sharing when the prices are low.
Yeah.
Did the inboxes start blowing up, or was it the comments that said, okay, I need to jump from Instagram to something else?
I think first there was a little skepticism of like, what is this girl doing?
Is she scamming?
These prices can't be real.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And then as I started posting links to these flights, people started using them, and immediately it started taking off of people going, no, these are legitimate prices I'm finding that I'm sending out and people are booking and using. And so it was about a year and a half ago, I turned it into a business, which has allowed me to find more and more flights and offer a better service. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, just in this year and a half, it's become really, really an amazing blessing in my life and in tens of thousands of Memphians.
Wow. So I'm sure your husband is like, oh, I'm going to do this at FedEx, and you done made a side hustle, then turned it into a business. And so I'm sure he's smiling and like, yeah, keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing.
He is the most supportive man on the planet, and yes, absolutely loving it.
So give us an example, because I know people are like, come on, John, did she really finding cheap flights?
Yes.
So if somebody...
There's a healthy skepticism, and I get it.
It's okay. Okay. Until you click the link and purchase and see that you got that, that's when they're going to be like, okay, this is real. Okay, let's say Vegas.
Oh, Vegas is an easy one.
Vegas is an easy one. Because some people think Vegas, sometimes you got to fly to 4 different stops to get to Vegas for $190, all this type of stuff.
Well, we have 2 nonstop options from Memphis to Las Vegas.
Direct.
Nonstop. Nonstop to Vegas. Wow. 2 different airlines. Yeah.
Really?
So you can get it for as low as, I think I found it for about $65 round trip.
Wow.
So that's on a budget airline.
Right. We're not going to say the airline's names. But
that's fine.
You can say the price.
It's on a budget airline, which I'm a big fan of, but I do have a really big emphasis on major airlines like Delta, United, American. So, I mean, with those ones, none of those have a nonstop to Las Vegas, but you can get it on 2 others for under $100 easily.
Really?
Round trip. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, did I hear that? Did she say round trip?
Round trip. $65. I think I found it for that low. Yep.
Okay. All right. So now, since you've been doing all this research, the continental USA. All right, I'm from New Jersey, and if I want to go back home, I hadn't been home in 25 years.
That's an easy one.
They said New York, I have to fly into New York. If I fly into Newark, or I can fly into Philly. I'm like, so it's cheap flights to go back home if I wanted to go home.
Yeah, Newark, we have a nonstop on United to get there.
What?
And you can get that one for as cheap as like $179 round trip.
Ladies and gentlemen, look. Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, what? 170? What? Yes. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm finding these all the time.
So, okay, look, I don't want you to give up no secrets or nothing, but is it the power of knowing how to use the internet that has helped you? What has helped you? Because let's keep this educational, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is an education station. What did you have to know in order to do this research and find these flights? Is it math? Is it reading, understanding? Like, what was it that you would say that helped you?
Some of it is a lot of patience.
Oh,
yeah,
patience.
I'd say that's probably the number 1 skill. So it takes searching the internet quite a bit, but because I've done it for as long as I have, I really know the patterns. So when someone goes to book a flight, they tend to pull up the flight options. They look at the first price and they then get worried with, is this the right price? Is this price going to go up? Is it going to go down?
Mm-hmm.
And I know the patterns well enough to know when it is a good price.
Mm-hmm.
I know when it's going to go up. I know about when it's going to go down, and I know when to pull the trigger on getting the best price.
Now, wait a minute. So you about to be like the 901 flight guru around here.
That's
folks
what they call me.
Folks going to have to, look, see, ladies and gentlemen, I bring quality guests to 88.5 because I'm sure I want her everything to be blowing up now because I know Memphis, y'all love to fly. Y'all love to go to New Orleans. Y'all love to go to Vegas, Miami. I don't hear too many people going to L.A., but Chicago.
And I do international, too.
You don't do international.
I do loads of international.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait. There are cheap flights for international?
There are cheap flights everywhere.
Wait.
You just have to know how to do it, and that's what I do.
Really?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's think of what was the best or sweetest deal that you've seen since 2-3 years since you started? What was the deal that you was like, I cannot believe that I found this one?
Okay. I have found round trip to Aruba, which is a Caribbean island. Yeah. For $240.
What?
Yeah.
Aruba.
Yeah. I've also found to Japan, so to Tokyo round trip.
To Tokyo round trip.
Now this is like the one I'm most proud of. I found it for $508.
What?
Yes, from
Tokyo,
Memphis.
from Memphis.
One layover to Tokyo.
One layover to Tokyo. Wow. I mean, so is it, do you work upon when people make requests, or is it, like, how is that? Because if nobody's checking to go to Tokyo, and how did you stumble upon that? Because somebody wanted to go there, or you just stumbled across some of these things?
Kind of both. So how my business works is you join a membership, and anytime I find a cheap flight out of Memphis, I send out an email. So you get an email saying Memphis to Tokyo, Japan. You open it up, and there is the price for $508, which, again, that was an insanely good price.
Because the average price is at least $1,000, right?
To Tokyo, I think the average is about $1,300 to $1,800. So I have found it several times for about $800. So I can get it even pretty low, but not quite as good as the $500.
Wow.
But,
so is it luck? Is it luck, or is it check? Because do you got to check every single hour, or it's just you no, don't even tell it. Don't even tell it. Nope.
Well, I will say that's one of the things that makes my service really helpful is that sometimes the flight prices drop for just a few hours. So it's like, hey, this is an amazing price. We have no idea how long it's going to last, and then it turns out to only last 4 hours. But my people have had 3 hours to figure out if they want to go.
Gotcha.
And so they're notified immediately of when it's the best time. And so those people who are watching and waiting for the right price, I email them and they can pull the trigger.
So you mean to tell me you done came to Memphis and got a foothold in the travel industry by providing people with information on cheap flights?
Yes, all by accident, but I've absolutely stepped into it and loved it.
Now you got me thinking, because it's like I played professional basketball around the world. Like, I want to go back to the Philippines. I want to go back to Paris. I want to go back to Germany. Like, I played in Berlin. And it's like, the only thing that deterred me, I'm like, man, when I played, they flew me every time, right?
Yeah,
but now it's like, okay, let me put my coins together.
How are you going to afford this?
Right. And that's what a lot of, with grocery prices, gas prices, some of people's insurance premiums and different things is going up.
It's not cheap.
It's not cheap. So when you think, okay, I want to go to Hawaii, man, that's $2,200
That's
or
the
something.
dream, right?
You know what I'm saying? But see, people, we think it's difficult because we haven't met you yet.
Right. I don't believe they've met me now that they're listening.
But it's possible to find different locations. It's just depending upon when you send those emails out and when you get it. So, okay, don't tell us how much it costs to join, but where can they go to find out to join?
I am on both Instagram and Facebook my handle is 901 Flights, but I also have a website, which is 901flights.com.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to go ahead and do what y'all do because some of us, we need to get away, y'all. We need to get away. I met somebody.
And I can get you there for incredibly cheap.
You hear that? You see how she played that one right there? I met somebody today. They came up to me and said, John, man, I went down to Tulum, Mexico, or Tulum.
Oh, Tulum. Yeah.
Tulum, Mexico. He said, John, 5 days. I just needed 5 days. Got away, felt good, back in Memphis.
Recharge his batteries.
Right, recharge your battery. And I think that's what Memphians like to do.
Absolutely.
Leave a little while, come back. Okay, I went, kicked it, had a good time. Okay, back to the grind.
Yeah.
Leave, come back. I remember when I lived in France, they gave people that lived in France 6 weeks a year for vacation. Minimum,
That's
right.
where they start.
See?
That's like,
and I'm like
entry level.
I'm like, can we do that in America? Like
that's like executives get that here.
There you go.
Yeah.
But what I saw was families did a lot of stuff together and they traveled together. Do you get family packages or is this just individual flights?
I mean, all I'm doing is sending when the flights are really low. So I do have a lot of families who are in my membership that they go, you know what, you just cost us. I mean, we spent for 7 people to get to Mexico. This is a good example. I had a family who was going to Mexico. 7 people. I got all 7 there for the price of what they thought it would cost for one person.
What?
And I was like, well, first of all, do your research a bit more if you think it costs that much to get to Mexico.
Right.
But that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm helping people to create more experiences.
Yes, and that's big. And see that was the thing that made me say, yo, I got to get her on air because the listeners that listen to this station, they spend money.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So if we bring them something of quality, and we've said some real places, ladies and gentlemen, and she was like, oh, yeah, John, that's easy. Oh, yeah, that's easy.
Easy peasy.
He's like, Miami? Oh, yeah, Miami's easy. Miami's easy.
It is easy.
But what about seasonal? Now that it's about to get cold, people want to go to warm places.
Right.
Does that affect pricing? Or like in Disneyland, we know in the summertime it's packed.
Right.
But when it's not in season,
I would actually recommend that's the best time to travel. So
summertime.
Yeah,
Really?
especially even to warm places because most people are traveling June to August, just with school schedules.
Mm-hmm.
That means that's when prices are a bit more expensive. So if you're wanting to get away from the cold this winter, you can actually do it for even cheaper than if you were to wait till summer.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So if you don't want to experience the Memphis freeze this year, then now is the time to join and escape.
So what about like somebody say, okay, I booked a cruise, but I didn't buy a flight, and if you send out something and it coincides with somebody's cruise, they can as long as it's a flight, they can take it.
Hey, just book it.
Just book it.
Super easy. Yeah, so that's the whole point of my membership is not only am I helping you to save an average of at least 50% per flight.
Whoa!
But I am also saving all that time and stress and worry of worrying, is this the best price? Is this going to go up or go down? Because when I alert you, it is the best price. And occasionally, it will drop even lower, and I let you know. Wow. I say, look, this was amazing last week, and it has dropped $100.
So it's more amazing this week.
Yeah, even if it's more amazing this week, here you go. Now, if you're hesitant, you can jump on it.
Now, what about like places like say dream destinations like Bora Bora and Tahiti and Fiji and different places? Do you see them come once in a while, or if you did your research, you pretty sure that you can find good pricing on?
That's a little harder. Islands in the Pacific are a little more challenging to find.
Okay.
Not impossible.
Oh, not impossible.
Not impossible, but a little more challenging.
Gotcha.
But, I mean, if you've got my skills, my knowledge, and my patience, I'm pretty sure I can find you the right price.
So is like Jamaica and the Caribbean easy?
Very easy.
It's very easy.
I mean, a flight there, you could be there in 5 or 6 hours, which means you could pay, I think Jamaica most recently I found for $318. But if you're doing like U.S. Virgin Islands, you can get down to like $250.
Really?
Yeah.
Where had you heard of a place that like people like to frequent based on some of your emails that you send out? Is it like a Memphis favorite, or is it Memphis is diverse in their?
It's pretty diverse. Some favorite destinations that have surprised me are Denver. People here tend to love Denver. I don't understand.
Mile High
no,
City.
I do understand because Denver's great. I don't understand what it is, Memphis to Denver. But
Right.
I mean, maybe you guys want to get out in the mountains if you
Right.
don't have any. But Denver's a big one. St. Thomas, the U.S. Virgin Island is
St.
because
Thomas.
you don't need a passport to go there. Puerto Rico is another one people love. I get to all over Europe.
Okay.
Europe is actually requested quite a bit. So to Paris, I mean, this was another one I was really proud of, is from Memphis to Paris round trip for the Olympics. So this July, so a few months ago, I found it for $550.
What?
For the Olympics. I was shocked. I was
Oh
like,
my
there's no
gosh.
way the Olympics, they'll block off everything.
Right.
No, we still got it.
Now, is there a catch? Like when you say round trip, do you put the days, or is it like you got to stay 3 days, 5 days, or?
I give examples of when it works, and I kind of give it based off of what I'd be willing to do. So
Okay.
if I'm going to Europe, I want at least 7 days there.
Okay.
So I'll give examples of it working, of these dates being available for at least 7 days.
Got you.
Whereas if I go to Asia, it's just so long to get there. I usually go 10 to 14-day trips.
Right.
And those are just examples of what I would do, but it's not necessarily the only option out there. It's just an
Gotcha.
example.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, yeah. Look, we're gonna have to form a business or something. Or some kind of
Some
901
agreement here.
right? Some 901 flight, some weekly promotions or something.
That would be great.
Because the thing is, with so much going on in the world, so much going on in our city,
Yeah.
folks need to get away, and I encourage that. Right?
I honestly believe that travel makes you a better person.
Yes.
I think going outside of your sphere opens your horizons in a way that nothing else really can.
That's right.
'Cause all of a sudden, you know what it's like to be a stranger in someone
Come on.
else's
Yes.
customs or culture.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you bring that back with you and you have compassion for the people who might be outsiders in your own community.
And that's what happened to me when I
Yeah.
went to France, and they put a Coke and a bottle of ketchup on the table without me saying anything. It was
they
like,
knew you were
American. I'm like, yeah, I like mayonnaise on my fries. They were like, what? But you are right. I've been in places around the world. My passport been stamped up twice. But I've been in places where it was like I was the outsider.
Yeah.
When you don't know how to speak the language, you are humbled very
Very quickly.
quickly.
And so grateful for the kind people who are willing to help you.
Exactly. So that's why when I see out of towners or people that come from other countries in Memphis, I really pay close attention to them, because I remember sitting in the middle of France, like, how do I count money? Like the French franc, this was before the euro took over. I'm like, French francs, and it was coins, and it was dollars, and
Which
I'm
was
like,
which?
like, yo, like, what? But the thing that I loved about traveling is, you're right, it opened my mind up to a whole world. It's a whole world out there.
Literally a whole world.
And watch how I do
Yeah.
this. It's a whole world out there, and 901 flights will help you get there.
Oh,
I love
I'm
that.
glad you recorded that. I hope to use that.
Yes, we have to help you get there. But Ashling, I really appreciate you taking the time to
Thank
come
you
in
for
and
having
share
me.
that,
Appreciate
because
it.
and I want people, look, y'all go visit and see what she's talking about. Prove her wrong, because if you use it, I want you to come back and tell me if John, I went there and it worked. So I want y'all to let me know what's up. If y'all go out there, check that out. Hit me up, 901-881-0885. Can you give the website and the social media one more time?
It's 901flights.com and 901flights on Instagram or Facebook.
Just like that. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Brother John is going to get a membership today. So y'all, look, I'm telling you, I'm going to see, because round trip to Vegas, she said $65. Imagine that. Just imagine. You can spend $65 on a pair of shoes.
Easily,
Right?
Yeah.
So why not go ahead and go, take a chance and leave Memphis for a little while. Now, she's not including the lodging. Remember, this is flights. This is 901 flights, not 901 flights in hotels. Because I know some of y'all are going to be like, well, do she got to hook up on hotels? No. We dealing with flights right now, ladies and gentlemen. 901 flights. Ashling, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
I got to thank Ina Esco for having the pod festivals just so we can meet and bring you here.
I know. We got to get her a basket or something.
Yeah, we got to get her.
Take her somewhere.
I might have to get her a flight.
Oh, there we go.
Get her a flight. But I appreciate you coming in and sharing all this information, and I hope that you get an uptick in some people, joining the membership or just hitting your page up, because Memphis are skeptics, but when they see...
It's a healthy skepticism. As long as you're open to seeing if maybe this is possible. And it is. Right. It's definitely possible.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Ashling. Ladies and gentlemen, 901 Flights in the building with Brother John. We're going to get back to the music. Coming up next, Marcus Taylor with Taylor Made Sports on 88.5 FM.
Welcome the girls, them sugar. The girl